everyone, so today I want to show you how I made this card. Now from the front just looks like a normal card with the greeting on the front, but on the inside you get this wonderful pop-up cube kind of, pop-up cube kind of card. I don't know, not cubes are they, but anyway. Yeah, so it's very similar to the step card, pop-up step card that we did a while ago, but I just wanted to do one with a few more bits to it, so and change up the sizes a bit more. So this is what I've come up with. So I think this has probably been done before. It looks like one of those cards that's been around for a while, but I've just made my own sizes up really. And you can obviously have it that way around if you wanted to, or that way around. I prefer this way around just because it stands up nicely. The recipient doesn't have to really think about it, whereas this way round I find sometimes things they don't stand up properly. Like if you lean them right back, then they can stand up, but it's just a bit more tricky. So yeah, so I just find it easier to do this way around. So yeah, so the papers that I've used are Trimcraft first edition Forever Free. So this is the pad I've used. They also obviously do a 12x12 and an 8x8. If I can find a link for it, I'll put it down below. So they're the papers I've used. The greetings also come in there. So this is a greeting from the 12x12 pad. So actually in this pad itself, you have a whole page with these that you can cut out. And obviously in the 12x12, they're just slightly bigger. So yeah, so I've used the, there's one missing here. That's the one I've used, the thanks a bunch. Oh no, it says you're the best. Yes, I think there was a you're the best one. Oh no, so okay, so they're slightly different. So on the 6x6, this is what you get, and then on the 12x12, you get some extra ones as well. It's not just these, you get extra ones, and one of those extra ones is this you're the best one. And then I've just stamped that. I don't know what, I'm not sure where that stamp came from, but all the papers are the Forever Free. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so for this card, you need a few bits, not too bad. So you're going to need a base card that is 6x12, or just use a 6x6 inch card blank. So this is 6x12. I'm just going to fold it in half, and that makes a 6x6 card blank. Okay, and then what we want to do, let's give this a burnish, is I'm not going to bother with any mats on this one. We're just going to go straight into patterns. And obviously you just need something for the front of your card, which we'll come back to in a bit. So on the inside, where the main event is happening, you will need 2 pieces of pattern paper that are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And we're going to go ahead and stick those inside. Okay, so that's all you need to do for the inside for now. So I'm going to put this to one side, and we're going to deal with the cube pillory things that pop up inside. So for that, you're going to need, now I wouldn't use very thick card. This is about 180, between 180 200 GSM. You don't want anything too thick. You will be putting, I mean, the pattern paper that I'm putting on top is 200 GSM, so you really don't want to go too overboard. I'm going to get my scoreboard out, and then we can go through the measurements. Okay, so the biggest piece, you need one piece that is 5 inches by 8 inches. And this one, you're just going to score at 2 inches, at 4 inches, and at 6 inches. Okay, so that's that one done. The next size down, you want 2 pieces, and these are 4 by 6. So along the 6 inch edge, you're going to go ahead and you're going to score at 1.5 inches, at 3 inches, at 4.5 inches, and then you're just going to repeat that again on your other piece. Okay, so those 2 pieces can go to one side. Then you need 2 more pieces, and these are 2 inches by 4 inches, and along the 4 inch side you're just going to score every inch at 1 inch, at 2 inches, and at 3 inches, and again repeat that on your other piece. Now what we're going to do is, you can either go ahead and stick your pattern pieces on first, or fold and burnish and then stick them down. I think I'm going to fold and burnish first and then stick them down, I think. Okay, so you should end up with that, because you mounting folded all of those pieces. And now the top of the mountain, the outside of the mountain, that is your right side, and the inside here is your wrong side, okay? So now what we need to do is get some pattern pieces. So for your pattern pieces, you need 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. You need 4 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. And you need 4 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4. So we're going to go ahead and stick all these down. So these, and what they do is on all of your panels, ignore the 2 outside panels. The pattern always goes on the 2 middle panels. Okay, so that's going to stick there, and all the others exactly the same. So each of these pieces of card has 2 bits of pattern paper stuck to them. So I'm going to speed this up, but I won't speed it up too fast so you can actually see where I'm sticking them. Okay, so you should end up with that. So you should end up with all your panels, they're all stuck in the middle. Happy days. Right, we're going to start with the largest one. So if you bring your card blank back in again, take your largest panel. And then what we're going to do is you can either use red tape or you can use glue. And I'm just going to glue this side here. And then what I'm going to do is fold the whole thing in half, so down this centre line, like that. And then this is going to stick in there. We're going to make sure it's central, top and bottom, and it's right in that crease of the card. And I'm just going to close the card onto the panel. So that's now should be stuck in. There's a little bit of a gap between the edge of the card and the crease line, but that's fine. That's obviously what it needed. So it's not the end of the world. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold. We're not going to fold. We're going to glue this other side here, and we are going to close the card on it. So this is basically very similar to that pop-up step card that I did, but it's just that the panels are bigger and there's slightly more of them. So we're going to fold that. And give that a crease, not a crease, a press down. And then when you open it up, you end up with that. And obviously you could do it that way around if you wanted to do it, but I find this way around, it kind of wants to close. So I prefer to do it this way. The recipient, you haven't got to worry about them not knowing what to do with it, etc. It's just easier. So next we're going to take the next size up, which is this floral one. And we're going to do a similar thing again. So I'm just going to glue. I always tend to glue one side then the other. You could do both at the same time, but I just find it easier to glue one side and then the other. I feel like there's more control then. So we're going to hold this here again, fold down the middle line. So there's my gluey part, and then we're going to put it in so it goes right into that crease line there. And again, make sure that top and bottom it's about even. And I'm just going to again fold it and shut it onto it, and that way you just know that when it folds flat, it is going to fold flat. You know, when you close it up, it is going to fold flat. And then we're just going to put some glue on this top section here. And again, as I said, you can use red tape if you want to. It's really up to you. So again, just going to fold that flat. Oh, hello. Fold that flat. And then just stick that down. Now because it's glue, you do need to leave it a little bit longer. So that's in there. Just close it again like that. Yeah. Now you might notice, I don't know if you can see on mine, I've got a bit of a gap there down the seam and there. Now that doesn't overly offend me. If that offends you, you can always go ahead and add an extra ½ inch onto the length of this. So that then you actually make an entire box and stick your cube in, but that doesn't actually bother me too much. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is do the same on this side here. So I'm going to take this, fold this in half, put glue on one side, stick it in, marry it up with this side here, and then close the whole thing onto there. Okay, so when you open it, you end up with that, which is sort of where we ended up with the pop-up step card. Sort of similar. But now we're going to go a little step further, if you pardon the pun, and we are going to add another one on here. So this is this one. So again, fold it in half, put glue on the back, that goes in there like that, and then glue on the top. So we're going to do that. Okay, so once you've stuck all your pieces down, that's what you should end up with. So now what we really need to do is, I'm going to focus on the front, I think, and then I'm just going to stick just a greeting inside. And obviously it depends on what you want to do on the inside. So on the front, I'm just going to put on a piece of matte paper, that matte panel that is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I've got a pattern piece that's 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Okay, so then what we're going to do is, I've decided on the front, I'm just going to have, I've got this, found this topper. Now you could either have it that you write on the back, so you could put a panel on the back. If you've got a big message that you want to write, then do a matte layer and a white panel and write on the back. But I thought it might be quite nice to have, where my topper is, to have it as a top fold card on the front and then have your message there. So I've cut out a piece of card that is twice the height of my topper with a border, and I've just scored it halfway. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that now. So now I'm going to go ahead, stick the topper on the front there, and then inside here I've just cut out a white piece of card that matches, that fits inside it, and I'm going to stick that down there. Okay, so I've cut my little card blank effectively, and so that's going to go on the front. But before I do that, I want to add in some foliage, just top and bottom here, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this down and stick the foliage on as well. Okay, so all I need to do now is add in a little greeting, and this is going to go on the inside. I'm just going to put that in there. Now you need to make sure whatever you put, or wherever you're going to put it, that when you close it, it doesn't poke out the side here. So that's why I've chosen this one, because if I put this on here like that and close it, I can get it so that it doesn't poke out. So that's what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on. I could stick that on there actually. Might stick it on there. Yeah, I'm going to stick that onto there. Okay, so I've just added a border on it because I realised that on the back of it I'd stamped a mistake, so I just added a quick border on it, which actually makes it pop a bit more. So yeah, so that's, thank you so much. And then obviously you've got your space to write in the middle. So yes, I hope you have a go. And as I said, if you want to, you can make it so you write on the back, whatever you want to do. And you can obviously add extra stuff on here if you want to. If you wanted to, you could put pattern papers on the inside here. I was tempted to do that, but I'm going to leave it, I think. I don't think it needs it. So yeah, but hopefully you'll have a go. And also, obviously, you could always do it this way around as well and have things stood up on here. So whichever way you want to do it, really. So yes, I hope you have a go. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.